Thus said the Lord. We in Numbers chapter 32. I'm going to read verse 19 through 23. We in Numbers. It's another consecutive chapter. It goes on and on and on. This is thank offering to Jehovah. The Reubenites, the Gadites sue for their inheritance. Good morning, good morning. I'm not going to be that long. I'm in Numbers chapter 32. The offering and the thanks to Jehovah. The Reubenites and the Gadites sue for their inheritance on that side of Jordan. They conquered it. Numbers chapter 32, verse 19 through 23. For we will not inherit with them on yonder side Jordan or forward, because our inheritance is fallen to us on the side Jordan eastward. And Moses said unto them, if ye will do these things, if ye will go on before the Lord to war, and will go all of you armed over Jordan before the Lord, until he have driven out his enemies from before him, and the land be subdued before the Lord, then afterward ye shall return and be guiltless before the Lord and before Israel. And this land shall be your possession before the Lord. But if ye would not do so, behold, ye have sinned against the Lord, and be sure your sin will find you out. Period. Good morning, good morning. I'm in Numbers chapter 32. This is thanks offering to Jehovah. This is the Reubenites and the Gadites. They sue for their inheritance. They sue for their inheritance. And it says on that side of Jordan, they conquered it. I read verse 19 through 23 this morning. How y'all doing? It's always joyful. Always be good to yourselves, because there are people that are fighting for you all that you have no idea that is fighting for you all. So it was such a short passage this morning. I'm gonna read it again. And if you would like to go in and read it for yourself, chapter 32, you can. Or you can just read verse 19 through 23 and try to get a understanding of why this was given to me this morning. And you would find out that most cases is relevant to what's going on right now. Many people are trying to find a way. For it says, verse 19, for we will not inherit with them on yonder side Jordan or forward, because our inheritance is fallen to us on the side of Jordan eastward. And Moses said unto them, if ye will do these things, ye will go armed before the Lord to war, and will go all of you armed over Jordan before the Lord, until he have driven out his enemies before him, in the land be subdued before the Lord. Then afterward ye shall return and be guiltless before the Lord and before Israel. And this land shall be your possession before the Lord. But if ye will not do so, behold, you have sinned against the Lord. And be sure your sin will find you out. Period. Always remember that God love you, Jesus love you, so do I. And if you can never find yourself, you can find yourself in here. This is what God and Jesus is. This is where they want you to be. And I can tell you that from the bottom of my heart. Don't let the rooster crow on you 3 times before you think about feeding Father's sheep. Because your sins will find you out. And that's a promise. And always remember that you don't have to actively act according to how people want you to act. You can become who you are supposed to become. Don't have to wait. God will show you who you are before other people can try to tell you who you are. Because if you let other people try to tell you, well, they'll tell you and others what they want them to know. I'm trying to tell y'all something. And like I said, I can prophesy to y'all a lot. But I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to do, I'm going to give y'all this book and these words. And hopefully y'all understand what's happening here. A lot of things pertaining to what y'all want in life, it's not going to happen. Just because the people never change. They never change. And if things were supposed to be the right way, then they'll just come out and say it. But therefore, that's why it's called declassification, because most things that pertains to what a human is, the mind will never understand. And if the mind did try to understand, it'll drive itself, because even if it knew the truth about this planet, about this world, about the things that are actively happening right now, a lot of people couldn't take it. They couldn't take the fact that life is the way that it really is. So the only truth that anybody in this world ever gonna find is right here in this book. It's the only truth. And I tell y'all these things because y'all don't know. y'all don't know. But y'all do know. But y'all don't know. Because y'all have too much stuff on y'all minds. So y'all can't hear. It's a lot of us that can hear. It's a lot of us that are talking without our mouths moving. But y'all wouldn't know that because y'all not really paying attention to God. And I'm trying to tell y'all something because we be having whole chats. Where y'all think all this MK Ultra stuff coming from? We be having whole chats. Y'all don't get it yet? I'll take this time out to try to show y'all an analogy real quick. Back in 98, I said this before, we used to have phones. And we used to get on our phones and we used to be talking to our friend, our family. And we'll hear somebody else cutting through our lines. We used to be like, what the hell? How can we hear somebody else? But this was the beginning of technology, people. And then so as technology got better, we start to be able to actually talk to the other person that used to come in on our line. And then as technology kept going on, children, the ones that's too young to know this, it started getting to the point where the person that cuts in on the line start overriding the other line that your friend or family was on, and you start talking to the person that came in on the other line. That's how technology started, for all you young ones that don't know. And so what have happened throughout the last 25 years is what the government knows, and no one wants to talk about it. But I'm trying to tell y'all something. It went on to the point that now we took the wires out the ground and we made it wireless. So which one of you smart people know what I'm talking about? So what's happening here, folks, is nothing more or less than humans becoming more than what we used to be. It doesn't pertain to me to have a phone in my hand. Where y'all at in time? What timeline y'all living on? Because there's a whole nother chat room going on, and we really doing this. I'm going to leave that information with y'all so y'all can see that maybe y'all might want to start listening to God a little more. Because I don't know where y'all at. But I listen. Anyway, always remember, God loves you, Jesus loves you, so why you worthy, eternal, you made in us. Who is us? We God's people. And we gonna stay that. And don't let this uniform fool y'all. I'm trying to tell y'all, I had plenty offers, y'all. Plenty offers. But I turned them all down. Because what they trying to offer is nowhere where I'm at. It's nowhere where I'm at. So I always remember that they took the out the ground and they made it wireless, where wireless is a signal that shoots. So maintain it to the mind, y'all. Don't let AI rule your mind. Well, aka your drunk uncle. It's your drunk uncle that you believe in. But there's some of us that have our original mind, and we're helping y'all without no cost. Because y'all don't know. Point blank. Good morning, how y'all doing? Say your son name. Listen, what you know. The J is silent, hon. But you take that, Lou Annie, and you know, because you know. But at the same time, whatever it is, I pray that your son be okay. So you know. Alright? So that's all that matters. Good morning, everybody. Always remember that we only one step away from being who we are. Don't let nobody waste your time in becoming who you are. And you will find out that you are more greater than other people could ever try to imagine or put on you. and authority. Don't forget, if you out here, respect authority. But there's a thin line between doing the right things and not doing the right things. Women, it's your turn. You up. Y'all wanted to lead. We're going to let y'all lead. But y'all got to get these children out the streets. Or you going to go to jail. On emergency contact, most of it's y'all name and phone numbers. So when you show up, it's going to be some handcuffs waiting on y'all because they already told y'all. They already announced it on television. So it's y'all time. My job, I make sure people have water. I work utilities. I find joy in giving people service for water. Everybody needs water. So if your water service go out, we the people who they call to come get you water so that you can take a bath. I always remember, y'all, we in this together. No one's better than the next. Authority, you have to respect it. But it's a thin line between doing the right things also. Uh, well, I don't know what you mean by that, but I myself been working since I was 13. I was born in the 80s, so I don't know about what other people do about work, but I can do many things. I can build a house. Well, it's only because the algorithm knows what's real and what's fake. And so what the algorithm doing now is looking for truth, just like the world's looking for truth. See, the algorithm changes as the people change. So the people want truth, the news want truth, everybody wants truth now. So what your algorithm is doing is sending you to truth speakers, people that speak only the truth, truth only, no bullcrap. And like I said, I can tell y'all a whole lot more, but it's called declassification. And I understand that quite well. Very well. Besides, y'all wouldn't be ready to understand what's going on in this world anyway. Y'all wouldn't be ready to understand how it pertains to work, how it pertains that not everybody's gonna go to heaven, not everybody wanna go, not everybody gonna be able to go. So pertaining to like what's good, what's bad, who's good, who's bad, God already has that in place. So a lot of your minds wouldn't understand the things that goes on. So that's why it's called declassification for a reason. Because if these people told y'all there's real truth, everything, you people and myself, including myself, we'll probably lose our minds. Because we'll feel like we've been in this bubble and we never knew anything about life. So it's best that we just stay in this bubble and we be secure in who we all are as people and understanding people and lovable people. Because if we keep digging and dig for this truth, we're not going to like it. And then from there, we're going to understand that God is God. See y'all on the next one.